Alright, y'all. So, hi. So, last week I only did one video, and that's due to me being on vacation. I was in Vancouver, Canada for a little bit. Today, we're dealing with two cheaters. We're getting the perspective of a wife in the first scenario, and then a perspective of a mistress in another scenario. This woman paid her husband child support just to find out that he was out creeping with somebody that was close to her.
One thing about me, if I say I'm going to do something, oh, it's getting done. Congratulations, Precious. You're showing up and showing out. I'm Precious. I'm a wife, mom, and small business owner. I am so blessed and excited to say that today makes 2 years since I started my small business. I prayed, made a plan, and executed, and very well, if I should say so myself. I am the true example that if you really want something, you can have it. With faith and work, heavy on work, you can make it happen. And if you've been down with me from the very beginning, since I was upstairs printing in my guest bedroom, you're truly a real one, and I appreciate your support. And by now, we're definitely locked in for life. I'm really big on staying true to myself, and today I made a promise that I would wake up early and get active. When I tell you that was so hard to do because I woke up and my back was killing me. Like it even hurts to breathe. But I didn't let it stop me. I got up early, took my son to school. Normally, Daddy does morning shift and I get to sleep in. But again, I have goals, so I got in a 20-minute workout, and I'm hoping as I'm consistent, my back will start healing. It's also time to start saving up for a sleep number bed because my bed is just way too soft and it's not helping my back at all.
Before she became a stay-at-home mom, she actually worked in corporate America at Apple, but she lost her job to pursue her small business.
Life is hitting me really, really hard these days. I've cleaned my house to capacity at this point, so all I can do is work out things that I can control, you know? So here we are. It's 4 miles I just walked, and I feel better. I could say that, better. That's all I can do. Try my best to feel better. Be careful of who you have around you. Be careful of everyone. You can't even be careful because people just really play in your face. Really. The people that you love, the people that you do anything for. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Keep doing your best, keep showing up for your babies, and most of all, show up for yourself. Only person that got you in this life is you. Period. And ain't no do-overs. Aw, thank you. This is right on time. Thank you, sweet. A card. Oh, flowers. Oh.
Thank you. I picked all this stuff out.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Have some.
Yay.
See what I tell you? Your babies are the real ones. Like, that was so unexpected and so sweet.
See, that's why I ain't got no kids yet. Cause how you gonna give me a gift and then ask, can you have some? So who exactly betrayed you and your family, ma'am? Let's get into it.
I blame you because you're a part of me. I blame you because you...
I never thought I'd be asking for help, but here I am. My life has been turned upside down. After 7 years of marriage, 12 together, I found out my husband has been having an emotional and intimate affair with my first cousin. Someone who called me her best friend, my person, my sister. The betrayal is unbearable. He emptied my savings. I gave him my 401k to help his child support debt. Because I believed in us and family. I left my job to start a business and hell, now I'm left with nothing. I'm in therapy 3 times a week, trying to show up for my 4 babies, trying to create a summer they'll remember for the good and not the grief, trying to rebuild a life that feels like it's shattered. I've shared my journey openly with you, but I've been quiet lately. This is why. Today I'm done pretending I'm okay. I'm asking for help, to pay for therapy, to afford an attorney, to give my kids a summer they deserve to survive this heartbreak. If I've ever made you feel less alone, brought you comfort, or inspired you to keep going, please consider donating or sharing. Link in the bio. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing me, for helping me find light in dark. With love, Precious. I'm still stuck on you giving this nigga money to pay his child support. Us. Nah. Nah. Ain't no freaking way. If your husband wasn't paying his child support, you should never help out a bum regardless of whether that's your husband or not. That is his responsibility to take care of his child. That is his debt, not yours. You don't ever put yourself in a bad financial position for no nigga. None. Ain't no us. My money is my money and your money is my money. Because he was in arrears. So where was his money at? You emptied out something that you could have used for your kids for a child that your husband created that he didn't want to pay for. And then he emptied out your savings. That's fraud. I would have been down there at the bank so fast and at the police station, he'd be going to jail. Unless y'all got a shared banking account, but you said your savings. So he's stealing from you. The vow say till death do we part. We would have partied. He would have been arriving at Hell's Gate. Okay.
I blame you because you're a part of me. I blame you because you live in here. I blame you because you've gone through all kinds of shit and we've shared so many things. And for you to be doing this to me, who has never done anything like this to you, who would never, ever do anything like this to you. Ever. Anybody. I don't do this kind of stuff. I thought you loved me. I thought you cared about me. I thought you wanted the best for me. Why is this happening to me? What did I do? Why do I deserve this from you? You don't. You don't. So then why? Why? Why me? Why is this me? Why am I here? Why am I here having this conversation with you?
I think that she took her cousin's betrayal worse than she took her husband. And I know she's like, why me? Why did this happen to me? And we never had an answer of like why certain things happen to us. But I think the most important thing is to not focus on just on the why me part and just begin to figure out your next steps. And that's easier said than done. I think that you should cry and then realize God delivering you from your misery. See, ma'am, I hope that you get your money back. He done cheated on her before. Cheaters don't just become cheaters overnight. The type of stuff that he did, he done had practice. And he been trifling for a minute. And I think you know your husband trifling. You just didn't expect for your cousin to be the one that he betrayed you with on this particular turn. As far as your cousin, ma'am, why ruin a relationship over an igga that is clearly showing you that he is not a reliable person and he ain't good for nothing? Because if he's willing to risk his family, he has 4 kids with his wife and he has 5 kids in total. One that he wasn't taking care of shows you what type of man he is. That's not a faithful person. God is not going to give you someone else's husband or somebody else's wife. Cheating is one thing, but with your family member is insane. I can't imagine the pain sending you love. And it says, decorating her baby shower in hot sun and sweating out my silk press, but only for my sister, my person, my blood, my birthday twin. I missed Easter with my sweet babies, only to fly home 2 weeks later to find her in my husband's phone. Wait, is her baby your husband's baby? Oh gosh. Performing for him while pregnant, videos, photos, daily conversations. They talked almost every day for a year. That's his baby. She ain't say it, but that's his. He sent her thousands while our family struggled to make ends meet. His love language is gift. I asked God no. I begged him to show me, but God, he showed me who doesn't deserve access to me, his daughter, his prophet. Man, I hope this level of stupid never find me because, man, what do you mean? He been sending her thousands of dollars. Why? I'm con. Y'all, see, this why I don't like reading stuff like this because it ticked me off. So y'all struggling. You didn't see the money going out of your account? Like you just now found out? Some of y'all, God don't it, bro. It could have been anyone else. No, it couldn't have been anyone else, ma'am, because apparently you needed a wake-up call. You needed a wake-up call. You've been up in here sleeping with the devil and wondering why you having such all these problems in your life. It was him. You said God showed you, you should be rejoicing because you just got a bum out of your life. Because ain't no freaking way. Taking food out of your family's mouth to get him one of his hoes, which was your cousin, you don't need to be with him. You doing all this decorating for your stepson or stepdaughter because that's his baby. And you can't convince me otherwise. For a year, them the ones you found. So that mean that he probably was messing with her longer than that. And you had her up in your house. Yeah, that's a dog. That igga been barking for a minute. His love language is gifts. His love language is struggling. That's why he wasn't paying his child support. He wasn't paying his child support because he was sending your money to his mistress. And you with your special self took out your 401k to take this clown out of debt so he can go splurge on his hoes. Oh no. Healing is possible even when you feel so far gone.
How do I heal? Like, how do I heal after betrayal? How do I heal after being heartbroken? How do I heal after being slapped in the face, stepped on, abused, lied to by people that I love and I trust so much? It's like I'm at the end of a road and there's 2 streets with no names on them, no map, no nothing. And I have to kind of like free myself in order to make the best decision for me. I feel like I'm looking for God to make the decision for me, although I know what the best decision is for me. Although I feel like my back is against the wall and I have nothing and nobody, that's intentional and that's on purpose, and that's God, because he wants me to be back against the wall, hands up, devoting myself to him to figure out what it is that I need through him. I've gotten so comfortable with living a certain way. I've gotten so comfortable with living in a certain pain. I've gotten comfortable with the life that I live, where I know that this isn't it. This isn't just it. We're in the book of Hosea, and we learned the story of Hosea and Gomer, and crazy story. And I look forward to going back and reading it like in depth, in full. I haven't done that yet, but this is just where I'm at now, today, right after church. I know who I am and I know I'm God's, and I look forward to the journey and the path and the beautiful life that he has to offer me, because I already see
I hope
it.
you see. I know you ain't. Hold on. I thought so. For those of you that don't read your Bibles, whatever, y'all might not be Christians, whatever the case may be. Okay, Hosea, he was a prophet. God told him, go marry her, because I think she was a prophet. She was loose. Okay, he married her, and she constantly was living her best life throughout their marriage. She was out here hoeing with no shame, and Hosea stuck with her. That relationship symbolizes is God's covenant with Israel and how he is faithful, even though Israel was unfaithful to him multiple times. The problem I have with her referencing that particular story in the Bible is you ain't Hosea. God ain't gave you that type of anointing. He ain't placed that on your life. God ain't trying to symbolize that through you. You just symbolizing stupid right now. You need to find you a different story with some positive ending. And then there's multiple scriptures to encourage you when you are confused and you don't know what to do. It's a scripture that say weeping and may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And the reason why that says that is because night symbolizes the end of the day. Morning symbolizes the beginning. So sometimes, you gonna weep at night, but that's the ending of that season. And y'all need to be prepared for the joy that's gonna come in the morning. That means that y'all need to prepare yourself for a better and brighter season and stop trying to hold on to your night where you weeping. Ma'am, let that man go. You know what you need to do. Do it. Don't be like a dog returning to his own vomit. It ain't healthy for you. Leave it alone.
Can we take a break for a second just to talk about church? Yes, baby.
Hey, Mom.
Everything is still going on in the background, but I'm still going to church, and I am talking to God first about everything. I'm allowing God, my God, to lead me. I will continue to share as much as I can. If you're going through something, you can share your story. You can heal how you want to heal, whatever it takes to heal. But don't leave God out of it, because God will meet you exactly where you are every single time. A lot more has come up within the last couple of days, okay? While I still know God loves me and I'm going through these things for a reason. The episode that I'm going through right now and the trauma, it's pretty much just developing me and developing my life, and it's just a stair step of growth, and the growth that is going to get me to God. I'm not losing sight of that. I am going to continue to heal how I heal, because
You was doing all right today.
transitions are hard and scary.
Nasty
Yes,
chocolate.
while you're going to go through those things, that's going to lead you to God. Now I'm in a place where I don't know what's next. And that is the transition space. That's where God wants me. That's where God needs me in order to lead me. I asked God to show me the signs. No, I had no idea that my life was going to be turned upside down while I'm trusting him. And I'm excited to see what's coming on the other side, because I know it's all in God's purpose. And who am I to think that I am above God, or this isn't going to happen because I should have a family and all of that? Yes, it's great. You should have a family. But the first red flag is starting a relationship with someone that doesn't know God, that doesn't seek God, that doesn't want to know more about God. I know that I'm in a place as to where God wants me to be. I'm in the place to where I can now receive his blessings and his promises that he has for me and for my life. And with that, I'm at peace. I'm hurting, yes, but no one said it was going to be easy. I'm grateful to be here today. I'm grateful to be able to share my healing journey. I'm grateful to be able to share my story. So many women, so many people have reached out to me. When I tell you there's life that has been poured back into my body, let me just read a verse, if I may. And I will, because this is my platform and I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And I'm a prophet and God has me here to share my story, to continue sharing my story, and to continue bringing people closer to him. So Matthew 10:39, whoever finds his life will lose it. And whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Church was nice. It was just me and the kids, and one of my sons brought two of his friends along. So we had a full car, and it was a great message. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about how I got here. I'm going to talk about everything and all of the questions that everybody has, all of the questions that I had. I'm just grateful to wear a smile today. I cried like a baby in church, absolutely, but that's what it's for, to let go and to heal. And that's what I'm doing. I'm healing. And I thank you so much to everybody that is being positive and that cares about me genuinely. I appreciate it.
All right, so we're going to check back in on her story because she ain't really got into how she got there. You know, I wish her nothing but the best. And may God continue to heal her along her journey. Just put your hands in God's hands. It says, the most terrified and alone I've ever felt. Pregnancy alone is not something I'd wish on anyone. And I'm not even through my first semester and already the world is crumbling.
I'm 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant. And my child's father, all within a day of finding out that I was pregnant, that I may have an ectopic pregnancy, going to the emergency rooms, spending hours and hours and hours getting poked and prodded to find out that my baby's okay and in my uterus where they should be, and my hormone levels are where they should be. So, and within a day of finding all that out, the father of my child said he doesn't want this. He doesn't think this is a good idea, and he wants me to not keep the baby. Let me be very clear that my child's father was very aware of what was going on. This wasn't like nobody was trapped. He repeated over and over and over again how bad he wanted us to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to get pregnant.
Because I keep looking at your head and y'all ain't got no commitment besides word of mouth. Somebody telling you that they want to make you their baby mama is a threat. That is not a compliment. He want a baby. That's nice. You want commitment. You want stability. If those things is not there, then you don't need to be having no baby.
And then I get pregnant and he's like, no. And today he told me, well, listen, you have to get rid of the baby because I'm married. Okay. When we got together, thought we were getting divorced. I had requested a divorce. Things was done, I thought, but that didn't happen. And now I'm trying to work my marriage out. So you cannot have my baby. So now here we are. And I'm trying to keep my stress levels down because one of the reasons they thought it was, or wanted to rule out it being ectopic pregnancy, was because was bleeding and still having a little bleeding issues. You know, I'm trying to stay calm, keep the stress down so I don't harm my baby, but I'm just struggling because I'm trying to figure out why I needed this, why I needed to be trying to ask God, like, why I needed to be bent and broken and snapped in this way. I was minding my business, y'all. That man was persistent to even get a chance with me.
Bruh. Ain't no way. Ain't no freaking way. What? Make this level of stupid never find me. Like, you just found out he married, which is why he don't want no baby, because his wife left him for a reason. I would have sent this to his wife. Nah, because that gets dangerous. Because some of these dudes, you be like, I'ma tell your wife. They flip out and take you off this planet. Change your locks, change your location. If you choose to keep the child, put him on child support and go on with your life. Obviously, if you've been with somebody for this long period of time and they withheld that they're married from you, then you need to be very careful with, sending your child with that particular man, because that's a dangerous individual. Also, did you do any research? Did you have any inkling that this clown was married? Because if you did, I don't feel sorry for you at all. And I'm also need you to keep God's name out your mouth, because I don't understand why people be out here hoeing and they be like, oh God, what God put me in this position, when God tell you not to fornicate. Like, people just be like skipping over that. And then, bro, you was out here living your best life and not using protection with somebody that you clearly do not know enough about. If his wife actually goes through with the divorce, which I hope she does, because obviously he's a dog, then he's not going to be with you. Because he obviously does not want commitment and he don't want a family. And this ain't his first time creeping on his wife. So that's telling you what type of man that is. You're 6 weeks. You keep your baby, what you say you are. You have to be prepared for what type of situation you're bringing your daughter or son in. Your child is going to be looked at as the outside child, if the child is even acknowledged. And that child is going to want to know who they daddy is. And they daddy that's trying to get back with his wife is going to act like your baby don't exist. So you just prepare yourself and be prepared to have that tough conversation with your child when it's older and has questions about why their father isn't in their life and what type of relationship you have with their father. It's probably going to want to have a relationship with his siblings, if it has any, and that's going to be another bridge that y'all going to have to jump over.
They're living together. And then to say you're... And now my poor baby.
You ain't even had no tears drop.
I didn't want this life for my baby. And you know what? I'm 41. I don't have any
she ain't
children.
getting rid of that baby.
My first child.
She ain't doing it. Age.
I didn't ever even think I wanted any, so I certainly wasn't trying to but now it's here.
Oh, she finally got a tear to drop on that side.
She's married the whole time. Intentionally got me pregnant, and once I got pregnant, told me I don't want nothing to do with this.
Okay, so she ain't getting rid of that baby because she's 41. That clock is ticking. And then we're going to stop with this intentionally type of crap because you allowed that to happen. People that do not want children do not put themselves in a situation to where they can have children. They are very strict when it comes to their reproduction. Ain't no slip-ups with them. I didn't even think I wanted kids. Well, you shouldn't have been letting old boy busting you raw. Y'all gotta be careful. Like, it wasn't no oops. It wasn't no surprise. Like, you knew what type of activity you was involved in. All this, he intentionally did such and such. You intentionally was stupid. You intentionally wasn't using contraceptive. The comment section was lit. An abortionable amount of weeks. XOXO, a mad Viagra. I will be no weeks pregnant tomorrow. Your feelings are valid 100%, and so is an abortion. You don't have to have a baby. You think God sent you a married man? That's true. I be telling this story to the doctor at the clinic. Why do we keep choosing to struggle? 6 weeks, girl. Oh, he was married. Correct. Control, Alt, Delete. If you having a baby daddy drama is the first few weeks, girl, it ain't worth it. Don't do this to yourself. Please book the appointment. Girl, don't pee me off 6 weeks. Go to the clinic now. He already giving problems. You didn't wait 41 years for it to be like this. Respectfully, you still have time. I hope you called the clinic before you called us. Ectopic pregnancy with a man who don't want it. No, ma'am. Nah, she ain't got that no more. Go ahead and make that appointment, sis. We calls our pink house because it was pink. If a man say he wants a baby but ain't talking about marriage run, it's a red flag. See, that's what I'm saying. A boastful amount of time, amount of weeks pregnant, and mind you, listen, okay, if I was out here living my best life, no, I'm living wrong. Ain't nothing off the table. Like, you don't think that appointment would have been made? People be getting pregnant. People out here home, and then when they get pregnant, I don't believe in abortions. Oh, I don't believe in putting demons in my bloodline. Imagine seeing a woman laying on the ground, bleeding and out, and you stand over her and yell, point, or kick her while she's laying there. Damn, I would have called 911 for you. But go off.
Like I'm sure many of you have heard so many men say, oh, women hate each other the most. Like, women are the meanest and the worst to each other. Like, and I would always be the first one defending that. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, women, we support each other. We love each other. We believe each other. I mean, that's been my experience. I know there have been, like, there are women that can be pretty, you know, brutal and ruthless towards each other just for the sake of being brutal and ruthless to another woman. But my experience has been really just beautiful, authentic relationships I've cultivated with women that have been so supportive and great and have shown up for me. I put up a post about everything I'm going through right now with my, you know, just finding out I'm pregnant, the whole thing, all of that. Look back on my page and you can see it's the very last video I just did. And the amount of women in the comments just mean. And I get it. If you watch the video, there are people like, girl, why would you do that? Why would you do? There's so many people telling me, get rid of your baby. Get rid of it's going to ruin your life. I get the perspective of saying you have a choice. Just consider you have other options. I totally get that perspective. And I don't mind it because we all have different experiences. But the meanness, they're like, you waited till 41 to let a married man get you pregnant and you keeping it. Don't let it ruin your life. You're gonna be, it's a ruiner and this and that. My baby's not a life ruiner. What I'm gonna do in this video is take control and I'm gonna prophesy.
Girl, go slap yourself. They told you the same thing your baby daddy told you. Like, you 41 years old. You have to understand some of the things that are going to come up with your child. And you have to be prepared to deal with them. If you did not know that that man is married, then you are a victim.
And I'm going to speak life over me and my baby. That video to vent. And I posted that video hoping maybe there was a person or two out there that could understand, that maybe went through a similar situation and could provide some insight. And to the women that personally DM'd me and shared their personal experiences and tried to relate to me, I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. Because please go look at that post and look at them comments. Not even like, hey, you're a human. You're a woman. I've been hurt before too. Somebody or somebodies have done me wrong too. May not have led to pregnancy, may have. But I get it. I get how you could think things are one way and then the rug can just get ripped out from under you. Consider your options, sis. Wish you the best. You know, not get on that table. You need an Uber? What did somebody else tell me? Reverse the contract. Send it back. Somebody in the comments.
Send it back to God.
Back. Okay. My baby's not an it.
It's a it.
It's a baby.
You don't know what it is. You don't know whether it's a boy or a girl. That's why they said it. And the reality is, man, I hope that you have a supportive community around you. Because pregnancy can be hard. And afterwards can be hard as well, especially when you are alone. My advice, don't put that individual on child support. Because financially, he should be held responsible. Child support is not going to make him an active father. It's just going to force him to take care of his responsibility. But you also have to understand, you may have not known, but that man has a wife. And so if he has a family, this is his doing, this is his fault. They're getting the rug put up from under them.
And I know you may have different thoughts on what classifies a baby at what time and term and weeks and trimester, and that's fine. I'm not here to debate that with you. I'm talking about mine. It's not a life ruiner. My baby is anointed and will be a blessing to many. My baby will be strong and confident and capable. My baby is going to be raised in a faith family, in a church that will protect it and surround it and be prayer warriors. My baby is being born to the best grandmother it could possibly have in the world, and uncles and aunts, and godmom, and best friend, and friends. My baby has a village, great uncles. And I'm talking about good men for my baby to be able to see and look at. And I'm proud of that. I'm not proud of the circumstance and how it happened. And it sucks. But I am so thankful because I could be really 1,000% alone. And I got
That's
a
the best
village. I
thing.
got a team. Y'all have no idea the warriors I have that will surround me in a circle and pray that thing down. So all of those comments saying all of that negative stuff or making it seem like this is just going to crash my world and burn, I am not claiming it. As a matter of fact, I rebuke it. Then I bind it. Then I release it into the atmosphere, and then I send it to the pit of hell.
You
That
should
is
have bind that nigga and sent him to the pit of hell because you doing all this praying now. You should have been praying when you got with old boy. Now you want to be overly religious. Never mind. As a Christian, one thing I hate, and this is just me in general, is like after the fact, you want to be a prayer warrior. You wanna do this. You wanna do that. You need to be about God throughout your entire journey, not just when you mess up. And I'm glad that she has a community around her, but I also think that she needs to be realistic with some of the things that could come up with that individual she was messing with. The baby is innocent in all of this, but the baby is being put in a bad position. They're not saying the child is going to ruin your life. If we're going to have an adult conversation, since you brought it to the internet, let's clarify. If you're going through this much stress at 6-week pregnancy, it's only going to get worse. That man and the hardship of single motherhood can make your life complicated. Step back, y'all. Sometimes you got to let people learn the hard way. When some people don't want to hear what they want to hear, they take it as disrespect and mean. It's way too many of us that have been through the same she gotta learn. But allowing your child to grow up questioning why dad doesn't want them isn't brutal. Women are mean, but you're pregnant with another woman's man and now you all about God. Why do y'all act like women don't know men are married when they date them as mistress? Y'all did the same thing with Selena. Like the part they don't know these men was married. Don't y'all understand? If they don't know, then they don't know. It's a different. It's all fun and games until BD decide he wants the baby and y'all are in court because he likes seeing you cry. He has parental rights, babe. If you want a baby, do it 100% solo from start to finish, including conception. I don't think it's about you. It's about the kind of life. What kind of life do you want your child to have? That's the most important thing. Being honest and straightforward is being rude now. Laugh my L. If your baby has a village, why you ain't been to them? Let's be clear and give God the glory while I'm Eddie.
just all day. And I don't know if you just got a good mama. Like it's something about coming to mama's house that's just like soothes your soul. It's very comforting. But to clear something up, because I see some of you are being like real mean to me, or just under the impression maybe my first video wasn't very clear that I knew what was up with the man before having, conceiving our child. So, I'm sorry, before conceiving my child. But then we met and started talking, dating, all of that. It was, the standard, are you single? You say, okay, I'm single. We cleared that we were both single. Then we got into a relationship, and for all intents and purposes, it appeared that there was no one else. When I mentioned practically living together on the other video, it wasn't like we were practically living together, so we should have had a baby. No, I was speaking to the fact of like, there were no clear indicators to me that there was someone, a wife. No. And we were with each other constantly, one or the other's place, or on the phone, FaceTime, whatever. We were behaving like people in a relationship. I'm not going to go through all of that. We were just behaving like people in a committed relationship, and then all in love, and let's have a baby. Okay, I'm 41, baby. Maybe, baby. I'll just say like I didn't know. And then Tuesdays when I went to urgent care for being sick / Wednesday morning being in the ER, coming home, and Wednesday evening is when he said to me, or like late afternoon, I'm not ready for this. I don't want to have a baby, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, I went to the ER already. Like I went through the scare of possible ectopic and all this stuff. Like, and we committed to this together. Like, what do you think? I'm just going to go do something that I didn't want to do? I didn't do this and like, it was an accident. It's like, oh crap, it broke. And now it was like, I laid down willingly and knowingly, signed, we both did. So I'm not gonna now let go of the responsibility. I would never like willingly and knowingly, not at this age and stage in my life, with somebody's spouse. You know what I mean? Because separated or not, I don't care if you separated and you're like, I hate her, I hate him. People reconcile through separation all the time. People sometimes go as far, drop the divorce papers, get close to, divorce time, and then reconcile and stay together, and it works out. So, like, I understand that. But also, even if you never plan on reconciling, right? It's not about the other person. It's about, if you are just ending something big like a marriage, you need a little time, I feel. Like, for me. But I'm not judging anyone's journey, because trust me, for the last day and a half, I have been judged.
You should judge him because, number one, that's manipulation at its finest. Stop taking away people's choice. That was your choice to make, and he took that away from you. So yeah, I feel for you. But I'm also like, you're 41. A child is a huge commitment. Stop acting like children are just something to be having in temporary situations, because they are not. You need to be full aware of who this individual is. Word of mouth is not enough. Oh, I want you to have my baby. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. No, y'all need to be in a true commitment, not a temporary situation. Boyfriend, girlfriend, temporary. Fiance, temporary. Name signed on the dotted line. And you also need to be around his family, because you need to see whether they touched or not. What is his health history looking like? Because that affects your baby. You need to really have a clear understanding about who this individual is, and if this is somebody that you want to have a child with. That's why I wasn't buying it when she's like, he intentionally got me pregnant. No, you laid down with him. She alluding to it. Age played a factor. You getting up there and you like, dang, it might not happen for me. Sometime that causes you to make idiotic decisions. And he's a piece of trash for deliberately concealing that from you. And I hope he has the day that he deserves and he gets whatever is coming his way. Because that's a trashy thing to do to somebody. I hate it. Not only did he betray his wife, but you also are bringing an innocent child into a situation that they didn't ask to be in. And now you don't want to be involved with the child at all, because you want to save your behind. Because you know for a fact, if your wife find out that you was out here hoeing and you didn't produce the child, it's over with. Y'all was separated for a reason. Oh, I'm trying to work this out. Oh gosh, you dog.
Just talk to so me, like, not even, am I a person? I don't know. But I just wanted to clear that up, because I feel like some people are under the impression that, like, I knew. I didn't know. It all happened at the same time. Like, Wednesday he said he wasn't ready. Thursday he was like, all right, here's the truth. The truth is, when I met you, I was separated and I had asked for a divorce. Now that's not going to happen. It's a complicated marriage. We're going to work it out so you can't have this baby. I literally found out the same day I made the video. That's why I was so
Trying to cry
and confused and all over the place, because it was like I had just found out that morning, and then the full day I was just like crying on and off and going, what the hell? I thought I was in a relationship with a person, and like we, decided to have a baby, and now you're like, I got a whole like life that don't involve you, and I don't want it to involve you or this baby. It was just a lot that day, like a lot, but it was all at the same time. It was not, I didn't know. I didn't go into it knowing that he had a spouse.
We ain't gotta worry about that.
That's not.
Do you know his real name? Make sure you have his first and his last name. Make sure you know his residence. Make sure you know where he worked. If not, hire you somebody to get that information for you. Y'all ain't gotta have no more conversations. The next conversation you need to be having is with child support.
For me, here we are. This is just where we are. And if you were to go through my page, you maybe see some images or some things, some videos that I've done over the course of some time, regarding just my story and my life and my journey. Like October of this year, I will have 5 years of sobriety. God delivered me from the dips and the depths and the pit of addiction. I was in a pit of hell. Now, yes, the circumstances around this mess, but that ain't God. That was people. That was me not asking for discernment. Me not saying, who sent this man? God, did you send him? Is it for me? That's me and my getting caught up in the whirlwind and being all in love and love. My man. That's what that is. But the baby itself, because God creates life, this ain't from the enemy.
God don't make mistakes. But y'all need to stop acting like free will don't exist and y'all be making decisions outside of God and then be trying to put it on him, i.e. Isaac and Ishmael. When you look at that story, that was not God's plan for Abraham. That was them doing them. He said, you and your wife gonna have a baby. Sarah was like, nah, I'm old, blase, I've been burying. So Sarah went ahead, now I want to listen to the promise and was like, hey, you get with my husband. Ishmael was born. Isaac was the promise. That is what God will was for their marriage and for their life. Ishmael was not a part of the promise. Therefore, he did not inherit it. So yes, the child will be blessed. The child will have things the child will, but it's not going to be blessed like the promise that was really meant for you, if you catch my drift. And that's why some of y'all be having some of these problems, these BDs and these BM, because that wasn't really a part of the promise that was for your life. The promise that God had for your life is not you being pregnant by some man that's married.
This is God creating life in me, and probably at the right exact time. He couldn't have gave it to me earlier. I was on drugs for many, many years. My child wouldn't have made it or would have been taken by CPS or something. So there's no way. I also had way worse jobs and things like that. Like, I have a good career now that I'm proud of. I work in IT. Like, I have my own place. You know, like, I'm just in a far better place. And no, it's not ideal. But again, that was me. That wasn't God. And the way my life is going to be blessed and the way things are just going to... God just likes showing out. He does. He loves to make you an anomaly. He loves to make people an anomaly. I know that. I've seen it. Friends, family, people sicker than sick. And then the doctors come back and they're just in awe. Scans clear, labs clear, everything clear. God loved to show off. So this circumstance and everything surrounding it is a whirlwind of a mess that me and the Lord will sort out. But he gonna show out.
As always, remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Stay blessed.